Peace to God.
What up?
Respect, my Lord. How you, man?
Salute. Oh, I had my volume all the way down. Salute, man. Peace. How you doing?
I'm good, my Lord. I'm good, man. Taking it easy, man. How's the family? How's everybody, man?
Good. We're good. We're doing well. Trying to hopefully get some real summer, at least in my area, because I mean real spring actually, because it's not. It's like we've been resistant. So.
Yeah, I heard the weather was crazy. What kind of temperatures y'all rocking with? 40s and 50s and shit?
I mean, right now it's straight. It's like, I mean, Pittsburgh weather's always weird because of the mountains and all this stuff going on. So it's like rainy and cloudy all the time here. But like, you know how the East Coast is, man. We always late with that weather. I mean, that weather sometimes want to hang around, like that winter want to hang around a little long. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, we good, man. You know, went out to New Mexico. Was did a show out there, hosted a show out there. Was building with some friends out there. So, that was a good relaxation. Got to hang out with some you know, with some Navajo vibes and stuff out there, and so that was good.
Hip hop is deep out there, man.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So how you been? You been good?
I've been good, my Lord. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the next play in order, man, after this red pill, man. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot with this pay-per-view marketing and you know, and working with artists and shit, man. And I'm gonna keep it pushing, man. You know, good people supported us, man, and you know, I got a thumbs up to keep it pushing forward, man. So I'm excited.
Word, yeah. We definitely got to talk more about that as well. You know, what I mean, offline and stuff like that. I'm excited about the possibilities there, and it was a good thing for hip hop that that you did that. And you did the replay recently, right? Like,
Yeah, we had people that had missed the first round,
right.
Because they thought it was on like a 24-hour pattern, and it wasn't. It was just like, you know, for the time frame and whatnot. We're not on that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people who had missed that, I offered it to watch it again on a replay, and anybody that didn't watch it. And then we also adjusted the math, you know, because, you know, cats paying $6 a tank, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to do this virtual situation. So I said, you know, let me look out for the people, man, and bring it down to where everybody's still blessed. And, you know, it worked, man. You know, it worked. It really opens another door. A lot of power players, you know, now recognizing, you know, when you bust a move like that, you know, people see that you're serious. So,
right.
You know, so it wasn't just about dropping the album and coming. You know, I told them, I said, we got to do something big, man. We got to do something to where niggas say, you know, they serious about this consciousness and this, you know, movement of intelligence, man. So it's a blessing, man.
Word. Yeah, I definitely want to talk further about it. So this is episode 15, Constant Elevation. It's been over a year, and this is our monthly build and on really on hip hop culture and really on a pretty deep level, I think. Hopefully on an intelligent level. Hopefully we've put some things out over the past year that have been helpful and, you know, pertinent for people. So real quick, couple guidelines before we get started. This is a structured build, so if you guys do have questions or comments, please use the questions feature below, and please try to keep it to what we're talking about. I mean, this is a topic. The topic's in the up in the header up there. We're going to get into that in a minute. And just don't get any fuck shit in here or you get blocked. So, but, you know, try to keep the comments, you know, or questions, you know, around the build, so it'll benefit everybody. The topic, and it was great, yo. When I asked you, because I didn't really have anything. I've been traveling. It's been a little burnt out. So I was like, I said, you know, what's good? And you came back quick. We should build on. So I felt like, oh, he's been thinking about this shit.
You already know.
We should build on slave mentality in the music industry.
Yeah.
And I was like, there we go. So I'm gonna let you take it away. I mean, and I got a few points to cover, and I'll try to drop those in there as I see fit, with, you know, when they're relevant. And yeah, there's just a few things I want to get into as far as like making sure that you cover is like the some similarities with today.
Yeah.
The history of the mentality. I'm gonna look at a couple other things too. So take it away, man.
Yay, man. So, you know, reason I want to do this, man, because I think it's called Stockholm syndrome, you know, when people get adjusted to being abused. Is that correct? What is that?
I've heard that. I'm not sure. I can look it up, but the name sounds familiar. I don't want to get it wrong, but I've heard of that term though. So
Yeah, and
I,
I wanted to build on the first topic of this.
feelings of trust or affection in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taken by a victim toward a captor.
Right, right.
So,
All right. So the terminology that may not fit where I'm building on this. My thing is about this writing, and where Massa, as we'll call it in this conversation, tells me to write gutter. You know what I'm saying? So the template is passed on for every writer in hip hop to have to be in a negative format because this is what Massa wants. Now I feel this is a slave mentality because now we exist in a global connection market. There's absolutely no one forcing you to do anything, and my conversations during the Red Pill was deep, guard, on this because people felt like they write a certain way to relate with people who fell into a hard time. All right. So reminding you of the killing and shit that you used to do, like it was so savage to be to be celebrated. We have to keep talking this for cats to reminisce. And I think that's a slave mentality, dog, because most times cats get caught up defending their territory or for whatever it is. I don't I don't see that glorifying it in the writing is a salute to that. You know what I'm saying? That's not, for someone to lose control and us celebrate that, which hip hop usually does. They celebrate you in a coon form. They celebrate your writing when you're speaking on lower self, and they celebrate you when you're acting savage. Now, there's absolutely nothing stopping the average human being who enjoys hip hop. There's nothing stopping them from cutting out this writing and starting a new wave just to be respectful and decent. It's like you can't have fun unless you're acting so savage and low. That's beyond me. So I want to make that one of our first topics where I'm speaking of the massa giving you permission or telling you that there's a template for writing that they accept and they endorse. That's the only reason I could see people even doing that, to try to get a bag from people who like to see you in a coon situation.
now, do you think it starts? Because one of the questions I kind of had as far as like the artist goes, like it's like where does it start? Do the people want that first, and then the higher ups say, yeah, let's pump it and give it to them, or do it, or is it like, hey, we're gonna just give you this and see if you accept it, and then you rock with it? Because I remember back in the day, like when you guys were like on fire and Public Enemy, the networks and stuff were running with that stuff because it seemed like that's what people wanted, and all of a sudden when we kind of get to the gangster shit a little bit, it's like, oh, it was more shoot 'em up. So like, what's kind of came first?
All right, so let's go back to the receipts of this. When we first had hip hop, nothing raunchy, threatening, cursing was even allowed on radio. All right.
Facts.
So it had to be clean from the gate. You didn't hear LL coming out like lick, 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 and whatever the hell may be. It was always something, if it was sexually suggestive, it was coded like a Marvin Gaye would do. All right. So we already had an era of radio edit. Now, when you wanted to hear pirate radio or late night stations, they would set a time where you can hear a plethora of this music, because at this time your kid's supposed to be asleep, and if you stay past the hour, then you want what you get. All right. Now the same people that do TV, to where now you can see tits on every channel, or you can hear somebody say bitch, or you can hear somebody just humping on another individual, same sex, whatever it is, things that were forbidden in the apple pie, let's say, quote unquote, stage of TV and visual shit. Whoever makes these plans makes it look like this is what we want. We're getting more raw now. It seems that people are giving all the bread to the internet, and we want to hear on current TV. Now let's go back to music. Same thing happens. It seems that all the underground spots are breaking these records and the language is extra, but there's dope songs. So now you hear whisper song on the radio rather than in the strip club where it was born, you know, because strip clubs break music. Motherfuckers go in there with money, they have money. The females get adjusted to it. Females worship, you know, that style of living because you don't, you know, you're working using what you got. So they take that mentality and say, hey, shorty got the shoes, the bag, and this is what she listens to. If I'm lying, then you wouldn't be on Instagram flipping through 100 women that look the same. Okay? So the impressionable state keeps riding on. So now if that's the template, the cat will say, yo, I'm writing about this kind of girl. I'm writing about this state of mind. I'm writing about this because it seems that the dudes who run the machines are accepting that. And everybody that gets in the machine becomes a certain status, which is what the slave in the window always wants. I want that. That's shiny. Give me that. I want this. I want to live like that. That's slave mentality, dog. That's where I'm coming from in this platform. You know what I'm saying? Just for us to kind of review how much of a slave that we've been. You know what I'm saying? To allow this shit to go down. It's not like we watching and it's cool. We trying to figure out a way to put a solution to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And it's not just people cursing on music. I don't want to get it like everything got to be clean. It's the suggestion of the lyrics. All right? You can say something incredibly fucked up without cursing. All right? And I'm saying that it has to come to a balance. It has to be, because if you just making it savage all day, dog, if we turn the radio on, I don't even listen to the radio. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what that is. Usually I find a little satellite station that I can just fuck with a frequency. You know, we have options now.
Yeah, of course.
But we've left power radio to just do whatever they want to do. We don't have no stake in the claim as far as intelligence is concerned. So these things that I'm pointing out are things that we can change. If we're going to offer, you know, power stations to say, yo, man, play a little something that's along the lines of how hip hop started. Let's go back to the roots and give us 2 hours on that. And this is not an old school review, because there's cats that are highly intelligent with the original craft. All right. If they begin to write like the foolishness, then there's absolutely no hope, bro. Think about some of the nicest niggas that you know, just really just going off like, I'm gonna be like this nigga now. You know, I think my Drake moment is now. I think my Pusha T moment is now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking those guys, because they do what they do. You do what you're capable of doing. You know, I can't see Drake coming out tomorrow, I'm organic, and, you know, I'm gonna be like, you know, Julio Iglesias Jr. or something and just sing love shit or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You a different part of the game now. You know, you're not gonna lose that image of the lover boy, the I'll Be Sure 3000 type shit that they keep this hip hop on. You know, there's an R&B merge, and there's cats who knew that R&B was gonna overwhelm hip hop, because that's raw bars, that's different, it's a different craft. So now when you blend it, you think everybody rhymes like this. Yeah, my baby, and everything sounds the fucking same. So saying this in the rhyme, it's like, yo, that's not just, it's not acceptable just to create following what you feel master's template is. It's not that. It's like you have to dig into a realm of creativity that they would never question changing you. When niggas fuck with me, bro, they're not asking me to write no love ballad. You know what you get when you come fuck with me. Cats don't even define themselves anymore. Your writing defines you, and your consistency defines you. These cats all over the place.
One question for you, like, what was it like for we might have covered this in a previous build, but I may have forgotten, but what was it like for X-Clan as far as your deal goes? Or like negotiating that, or what, like, was it, you know, how was that situation like?
Well, I mean, we received love from the owner of the label, because he felt that our movement made us as Bob Marley was. They signed Bob Marley when he was young. You know what I'm saying? So he had that kind of image on us. So the deals were fair, because there was no competition for us. Imagine being on a brand and, you know, we stand out like Bol Bol or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when we get it, homeboy, there's no stopping what we can do. You feel me? So our deals were always fair because of the lack of competition. And we went from Fourth and Broadway label to Polydor, where our label mates were like James Brown, dog.
Right.
Imagine. You feel what I'm saying? So we had a different lane. And that's why I was saying to artists, like, if we have 4 or 5 conscious artists, like a Mos Def, a Common, you know what I'm saying? Take an early Jean Grey, who was a lyrical builder like that. You know, imagine making a little monster crew like that and being on a major. That would have been ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Similar to what a Death Row would have been, but for conscious. You know what I'm saying? And the writing would have just made sense for what it is. New York being a lyrical town, come on, dog. Cass wasn't really busting no real over the head shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, being 100, the guards was building, but they didn't have a platform, and the guards are stubborn when it comes to business. It's good that you asked that question, like what kind of deals. Cass was so intelligent in the craft, they weren't intelligent in business. I know I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at 17, 18 years old. I wasn't thinking about what the words was. I saw a couple of zeros, and it was good for me. It was better than what the fuck I was getting. And I felt like, yo, I can feed my people. You know, we had a big ass movement. You know, I did an MC Hammer at that time. You know, I had a lot of mouths to feed. So, you know, the numbers made sense for what it was. It was better than just doing the little community centers and rallies and shit. You don't get paid for a rally, demonstration of police and shit. You don't get paid. You don't get paid for that kind of shit, brother. You know what I'm saying? So with the label shit popping, you know, for me to be taking my little rhythmic poetry and put it on beats that I fuck with, that was a blessing. Y'all gonna pay me for this?
You gonna pay me to do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
you gonna give me some money for being who I am.
Correct. Like how a ball player would feel. You know what I'm saying? And then to be free to express who I was. Nobody was telling me change my lyrics and such. You know, it got heavy when it got like Fire and Earth. You know, because I'm calling out, you know, racial prejudice. I'm calling out the dude, Jeffrey Dahmer and all kind of crazy shit. You know, I'm talking about real relevant shit, and I'm making sense, you know, as a young man. But I wasn't using the platform to be like, look, I'm up here, I could say this. You know, George Bush is a racist, nigga. You know, I'm not on it to do it like that. I'm here to just give a popcorn trail for research. And that's what I'm saying with this topic, with the points that we're making, the writing. You know what I'm saying? My writing didn't compromise, and we're still here 30 years later having the discussion of X-Clan that's still relevant. You know, I'm throwing pay-per-view shit. I'm opening label brands. I'm giving, you know, podcast opportunity to boost up into full shows and learn how to monetize. You know, I'm taking a different path. And I would want artists that come to me to know what the parameters are. If you're starting out with anger, you can't be moving forward with this movement of peace. We trying to show the silver lining of black folks. Like, yo, we can go and create. Michael Jackson never had to curse in his music and say all kind of wild shit. And if it was coded enough that you keep moonwalking and doing your fucking thing. You know, why don't we follow that template? He sold millions and millions of records. But we don't look at that. And the cats that bite him, Pharrell's and Weekends and all this other shit, those dudes are millionaires. You know what I'm saying? And they're not even sticking close to what the template was. It was respectable music that your mama would listen to. Your whole family's dancing at the barbecue. We don't even have any hip hop like that. Even if Cassius made feel good music right now, instead of the other shit. I don't want to hear that crazy shit, bro. I don't want to hear nobody shooting 5 slugs to the head and this and this and that. But they praise it so much, and even our regular heroes like a Nas and Rakim, you take stories of them in the projects watching shit, and y'all take it to heart to practice it. That's the problem. When someone's telling a little story about Around the Way, it's what they know. It's what it is. But if you take that and say, yo, nigga, you heard what Nas said, nigga, put that gun to the dome, nigga, and let it go. Come on, son. You know, we wildin'. And if they that impressionable on the music, then we as writers have to pull back off that. Because cats always want a nigga story because they're not in the hood to witness it. So they always curious, like, yo, what happens around your way? Do people really die every day? Do police really put the knee in the back of people and let them suffocate and shit under the shit, man? Is that real? Can you write me a story about that? They always gonna be curious, nigga. Stop giving them that shit. They don't write stories around their way about their shit. I think the most honest nigga probably was Eminem talking about the trailer park or some shit.
Right.
But you never hear them niggas talking about, yo, around the corners I was doing this, drinking a 40 or whatever. You never hear that shit from them, bro. And if you do, it's rare and it's not something that's very popular, man.
Right.
100, man.
Yeah, we tend to glorify a lot of different shit, and you know, as I'm hearing you talk, though, you know, I'm saying, you know, there's a lot of people that need to take ownership as far as this problem goes, because it's not, you know, we're talking, there's the labels and the, you know, the companies, but then there's also the artists who, you know, as we've said before, and I've always continued to bring up, who has a choice to compromise, as you said you didn't do. You know, fortunately you're in a good situation, but some artists are presented with times where you say it like this, or do, you know, add this, and nah, we ain't fucking with that. No, like, you have a choice, man. Like, sometimes the longer road is still the better road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it might be a little more scenic. You know what I mean? But sometimes, man, you know, so I think the artist has a responsibility too to say, yeah, my words mean something. I'm gonna make them mean something positive or something like this. You know what I mean? Like, they have, you have a choice.
You got to think in your mind, like, if all your catalog was put in a time capsule and somebody in the year 3000 opened that shit, what would you want it to be? Would you want it to be like, oh, this was an old dance from the 90s? You would want to say, yo, this is deep information. It's making me want to go pick up some other things and go deeper into the definition of life and the world and mistakes that we made as a fucking people. Somebody got to say it. Even if it's not all 10 people in the room saying the same fucking thing, at least 4 or 5 motherfuckers, man, got to say something better than what I'm hearing, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, cats are successful now with a posture, dog. Like, you can't even say nothing about Megan Thee Stallion no more. Her skin is so thick, dog, that you can't say shit to her. And plus, politicians praising her. You know what I'm saying? Which is baffling to me. Like, wow. You know, like, as much females that I know lyrically, dog, that have a better posture as a woman in as far as what comes out her mouth. Are you kidding me, dog? And I'm downing the lyrics and not the sister herself. I'm downing the lyrics, dog. Come on.
Of course, man. I mean,
come on.
But, you know, like,
come
listen,
on.
That speaks to a bigger picture, right? So listen, whatever is happening in sports, I always say whatever is happening in sports and music, art, pop culture, and different cultures, that's just a microcosm of society, in my opinion. Like, the whole world is fucked up right now, beyond belief. I mean, like, we are on some other shit. Like,
man.
The shit that people send me on my phone, that's like actual real stuff happening in the world, like these memes and stupid videos and stuff. You see some of the dumb shit I post.
Yeah.
Like, that's real stuff. So we got to remember, like, because look, there's 15 people in here, and we're talking about some stuff that's pretty important. And it's okay. It's not about the likes or numbers, but the thing is, like, people are, we're sick right now. The whole world is sick.
And that's a reality, because even through the red pill, I learned that.
We're sick, man.
I learned that our people are sicker than I thought they were.
And sometimes a person who's sick is a bit stubborn if they have to take some nasty medicine that makes them feel better, right? They'd rather stay sick.
Correct.
Because no, this will make you better. Nah. So a lot of us want to stay numb the fuck out, man.
Correct. It's like a person who knows they out of shape saying, I'm gonna work out tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. I'm gonna work out tomorrow. And you keep going, I'm gonna work out tomorrow. So now when motherfuckers ask me and say, yo, bro, we would love to see A, B, and C. And I say, yo, I can make that happen. Now, usually niggas talking barbershop talk like, yeah, that would be the greatest, this and this. And manifest. All right. You go and manifest and you say, yo, let's put it to charge now. This conversation elevates now. Instead of we coulda, shoulda, woulda, let's step to the next plane of we did it. Now what? Okay? That's like punching somebody in the face and you don't know what the next move is. You feel what I'm saying? So our people have a problem like, yeah, man, when we get there, we're going to smack the beast. And then what if the beast cocks back? All right? I just smack the beast and say, yo, I'm not down with the sound that you're talking about. This is the sound that we need to put forward. And I'm bringing some of the writers, like we're talking about writing, and we have other points to cover, but just specifically on writing. I said bar for bar, if it's about hip hop and its essence, where are we going versus where we need to be? All right. And I said the people will prove, like you said, through numbers. It should be 1,000 people in here. Okay. It should be 1,000 people in here being educated and then exchanging knowledge at the same time of how they've been holding themselves down, because we hold ourselves down. Okay. We've been over everything from investing to yourself to checking your camp's psychological health, all the areas that will make you a successful artist, touring in the studio, learning how to clean that studio out of the negativity. Look at all the lessons that we be building on this thing for a year now, bro. All right. There should be an army of understanding to say, yo, man, how can I support anything that these brothers do? Because one of the slave mentality points I point on this page is the lack of unity. All right. When you holding hands with your community, you're considered a gang or a threat. All right. So unifying in business, you think it's a problem. So instead of everybody coming together and making a label like we talked before, like somebody be the art man, somebody be this, there's no unity because now it's been burnt to be like every person on this plantation would duck for themselves and run through the woods on their own and never look back. Okay? That slave mentality still exists. Where nigga feel like, oh shit, master's taking a shit. I see my opening. It ain't gonna be like, yo, Joe, yo, Mary, yo, such and such. Let's hit that shit right there. Master's taking a shit. They going on their own. All you see is they ass cheeks in the wind and dust, nigga. Okay? That mentality still spills over into this day because nobody gets with a machine because everybody wants to go solo. Every group that gets together is broken up in a year.
Yo, we some fucking haters in hip hop, though.
Yeah.
Like, we some across the board. I mean, I can go in every all four elements behind me. I can look and grab. I was talking to my man when I was a writer coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know other writers, they were like, yo, so-and-so put me on or whatever. Where I was at, niggas wasn't trying to show us nothing. DJ shit, like MC shit, like the whole label thing coming together. Like, cats would rather starve. Cats would rather not make any money at all than make a little less than they would have made because they got to split it. But it's continuous, right?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And they got a whole crew. And listen, the best things that have ever happened to me as far as project-wise have been when I've been working with a solid unit. There's been nothing like that. The feeling of camaraderie, like getting shit done, making it happen, taking something and making it, go from seed to fruition. Like, there's nothing like that to me. But we some haters in hip-hop, man.
Yeah, brother. And it gets to a point where I see where hip-hop is not invested in unless you have 10 million followers or some kind of stamp that says socially, I know where I'm at. So you can be the most negative artist in the world. You can be the most conscious artist in the world. It doesn't matter. Your social value and your connection to them is all that's valued. The loyalty that made X-Clan popular in the past, I don't think it exists in the virtual world at all. Because, I had to make this point to my folks that most of the people that fuck with us as a core understanding don't even fuck with the internet, period. Mm. But you know what I'm saying? So for me to get them to go to a virtual spot, do this, put your card in, subscribe, look at all these extra instructions that niggas don't even know how to use a phone in this motherfucker. All right, that's real science. And I'm saying that's kind of slave mentality because technology does not belong to the beast. It is the evolution of where we are, period. It goes along with what the human says because the human creates it and the human expands it. All right. So we have this thing in our mind, like advancing in technology belongs to something else. And we avoid it like, oh, that's the white man shit. All right. That's slave mentality. While we really can be mastering this, learning the code, raising our kids to understand that code like second language, and build a whole new realm of finance, everything, period. Why wouldn't you want to teach this to your seeds, or even learn it to where you can function? You got to learn how to balance nature and technology, as far as mechanical technology, because there's natural technology as well. Okay, so we have this slave mentality that technology belongs to the machines and some kind of systematic entity. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of that. We got to
You've
get
been
out of that.
you hear that? That's a common theme that you hear.
Huh?
That's a common theme that you hear.
Yes,
That
sir.
yeah, I haven't heard that as much. I've heard people more being seemingly afraid of it for some reason. But regardless, someone said technology is a tool. Yeah, you got to use it. It's here. You gotta just like with anything, the mastery of it is to know what to do with it and when and how and where, time, place, and circumstance. Right. So it's like, yes, we're using this. We're using IG for this. So other people are using it for some other crazy shit right now. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
Right now. So it's
How
about using it,
you got?
it's about using it for what to your best.
Let's think about hip hop, for instance. Let's take it back to hip hop on that. How long were DJs trying to front on Serato?
Mad long.
Okay.
Mad long.
Now, what was the argument? Look at this slave mentality argument. I'd rather load 25-pound crates, 10 of them, into a place and have my little helpers, versus putting my hard drive and my computer underneath my arm and rolling with one case and doing what I got to do. So the slave mentality of that, you trying to hold on to primitive shit, like, like, let me stay in my little corner because this is where massa can't tell me what's up. Let me stay in my little shit. So again, you fronting on advancing yourself and being, more flexible in your craft, because you got this, massa, what would he say if I left this whole primitive equipment and started fucking with the technology? That's some devil shit. You got to hear some of the foolishness that's come out of DJs' mouths. Okay? Ridiculous. What the real joke is that there's been 500 machines created from the time you started in hip hop, and not one of the producers has a machine under their name. The only real nigga who really did the hardware shit was fucking Dre, with the Dre Beat shit and the headphones, and then everybody want a Ray J phone and this, that, and the other, whatever. But no producers in the game had a beat machine. No producers in the game. Look at the slave mentality, because we don't go to venture there because we think it's the master's thing. Okay? We don't want to make our own machine. I've seen some of the most intelligent motherfuckers put together systems. I built my turntables. You understand me? When I did East Blacklist, because the motor runs out. And you got to take a motor from another one, put it in the shit, change the platter. The arm is broken. All the little shit. And yet my dumb ass didn't say, yo, we should make our own turntable, the Vainglorious turntable.
We never think that way of making our own shit. Listen, I guess, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a thing about, because the easier route is to take the bag and run, right? I mean, that's a little easier to take the, but the harder, I mean, so it seems like it takes a little more courage, a little more nerve to step out and say we're gonna do our own shit. I mean, and I don't know, like, is that, like, where does that mentality come from? Because it's like, because the easier route is just to take the bag, man, and call it a day.
Hey,
the easier route is to say I'm gonna just write these dumbed down lyrics because it takes me 20 minutes. I can bang out 3 albums, get this amount of money.
Correct, because that's another slave situation. 360 deals. Someone owns you for 2 years of salary, and everything that you create within a time frame belongs to them. You can die and everything belongs to them.
Can't fuck with it. I don't know how. I look at it because I look at like young black men, okay, that didn't come from like much, and being shown a bag. But like, damn, in retrospect, man, armchair quarterback type shit, I'm like, wow, how was people signing these deals, man? Like,
yeah, because they don't want to work. If you telling me that you want to sit me in a room and I got to do a smoke reefer all day and hum and talk dumb shit, come on, bro. How many people taking that job? 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Exactly.
Taking that gig immediately. So you say that to a young head, yo, dog, fuck college, fuck all of that. All that bullshit. You can go back. I'll give you enough money so you can go ahead and pay for your education if you want to. By the time you done did 2 or 3 years of stardom, dog, you ain't going by no college. You ain't going to no college with no tattoo on your face talking about, yeah, I'm ready to learn and all this other bullshit. You done blown it out. You done seen what the goal is about. You're supposed to go to college to learn how to make money. If you've already experienced it, you're not going anywhere near education. So if you're non-educated and you're writing all of this music on a high platform and heavy broadcast globally, dog, you are exposing uneducated people to us on a major wave and stream, bro. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. And why? And who would invest in that? You know what I'm saying? And why wouldn't you want to put a stop to that? Because now the broken English and the foolish angles of how unexperienced person sees the world is now guidance for people who stay in that music zone. Some people stay in that zone, bro, just listening to music all day long. So it's names that I don't even know. You used to be able to know who the top dudes were. I don't know who the hell is what right now. And that's why I say it's the perfect time for anybody who is writing something of intelligence to kind of lock down, put a team around you. If you're worth it, then a team will form around you without a problem. If you nice, dog, if we all go to the park and play ball and you jumping from the foul line and shooting threes from the half court, dog, you out of the regular niggas league. And at some point we gotta say, like LeBron's people, like, you're gonna be the agent, you're gonna be the publicity dude, you're gonna be whatever. I'm gonna be the nicest nigga in the world. And they're not going to sit around and say, yo, I'm really nicer than LeBron. You know, I shoot threes. They're going to say, yo, I'm the agent and I do this. And I make sure LeBron's car is shining in front of his shit and all of the fucking players follow the captain. They, you know, to not be able to humble yourself. Even in the black watch symbol that we had, the man on the knee is humbling himself. That's what that means. And not humbling to a man, but humbling to the God in ourselves to say, yo, man, don't get too big-headed while you carrying this light. You know what I'm saying? That was my line in the sand with this music. No matter what goes on, you ain't no star. Okay? So now where people of that alike mind state can hear this kind of conversation that we're talking and say, yo, man, what the hell is my problem? Why don't I have a G unit that builds on the higher intelligence that I can go and give to these young heads and be proud of it? You know what I'm saying? Develop something. You don't have to sound outrageous. I don't have to make an album like Ludacris in order to be heard. That Ludacris is like a Busta Rhymes of the South. He has his own steez. I can't look at his template and bite it and say, that's what the kids want to see.
Right.
Because it ain't about just the kids. You got to make something. You got to do your homework enough to say, this is a family song. Funk and Lesson is a family song. Heed the Words of the Brothers is a family song. Any song that you play from X-Clan, 90% of the time is family songs. I know when I dig in and I talk to hip hop in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I tell artists, be able to shift your gear. You know what I'm saying? Be able to shift your gear and know when to say certain things. To curse me out after purchasing your product is a disrespect. If you walk up to a female and say, hey, bitch, what's up? Shake them cakes. Drop it low, drop it to the world. Ski, ski. Who the hell you talking to like that? That's wild out. And that's a certain audience of fetish that enjoys that. You should not be giving us fetish music through the waves. And anybody who writes in that fashion should check themselves seriously, dog. Because it's a slave mentality, man. It's a slave mentality. It's absolutely no reason to be doing that shit in 2022. And most of the people who enjoy the hip hop that we're talking about are elder statesmen at this point, man. It's elder statesmen still talking stupid shit. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. I take it personally.
Yeah.
I take it personally, man.
What'd you say?
I take it
Was that?
personally. I take it personally, man. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I can't show the generation styles. If I go to teach a hip hop class, I'm limited to the material that I can play. You know what I'm saying? Because the nicest dudes in the game are not stepping up because they can't get the Hollywood spotlight. You got to find a way into the mainstream. The mainstream does not belong to the commercial. You got to find a way, put money behind your shit, market your shit, be present. You know what I'm saying? You got to push. It's not like, yo, let me throw this song up and see if I get 1,000 hits and purchases. You got to push. You know, I just got finished pushing a pay-per-view, dog. That's a different marketing. I had to learn how to push in a different way because you can't go hand out flyers. You can't just say, hey, post my shit, replay or repost. You know, this is business.
You know, can we talk about this because I'm glad you brought this up. It goes along the same lines of, you know, kind of being resistant to current technology and current trends. So we know, you know, for a fact, if you're an artist or if you're trying to do anything at all, you need to have a social media account. Like you need to have something. And whether you're on it or somebody else is running it, you need to have something. You need to be on here somehow, right?
Right.
Pick which one you feel is best, but you need to be on here. I know, and if you're promoting music or whatever, you need to promote your stuff there. So I know a lot of older artists who refuse, who they're on Instagram and stuff, but they refuse to promote their music that way because they just do it the old school way, which is like still street team shit and like just they refuse.
Yes.
Like just on the strength of refusing, and they think people are waiting around to listen to them.
Yeah, bro.
And then in 2022, with a million options at our fingertips to do whatever the fuck we want, and since gratification overload, ain't nobody waiting for you. Nobody's waiting for Brother J. I'm sorry, I love you. Nobody's waiting for you. Nobody's waiting for all the people I fuck with. Elder Sensei, A plus, whoever. It does not matter.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
so you got to pump your shit. But this dude was so, a lot of these cats, I've done a few cats that are so resistant to like utilizing the technology and trying to think, it's like, yo, this ain't 1982, 88, whatever, like where you put up a flyer at the skate rink or whatever.
It's denial. It's denial at that point. And that's why I said you got to check the psychological behavior of people when you're building your hip hop teams, even your administration. You have to check their psychological behavior, bro. Look at somebody trying to pass out flyers in 2022. Like somebody's actually going to take that and read. Motherfuckers don't even read a post. That's going to be somebody's rolling tray by the end of the day, or a fucking paper plane or some shit. It's a waste of money. All right, so this is denial. It's the same thing as a DJ saying, yo, man, something about that analog flavor when I put the needle to the groove. Dumbass. Stop it. Somebody's making $20,000 a night, carrying a computer and a hard drive under their arm and rocking for 6 hours. And you want to come in with the whole Beat Street crew and roll up with your arms crossed like Reverend Ron talking about, yeah, we here with the vinyl and shit. Nigga, yo, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. All right, this game is oversaturated. No one's waiting for me. No one's waiting for KRS or Chuck or any of that shit. There's no messiahs to music. All right, you have to be able to, you know, the thing that makes Jay-Z a high seller is because you buying a rich man's conversation. Period. That's all Americans are interested in, straight up and down. Why else would you purchase that music?
Damn.
All right. You purchasing a rich man's conversation. What the fuck does the nigga who wakes up next to Beyonce, who everybody's fucking putting lotion on their shit in the morning, watching her pictures and shit? What the hell does this nigga do? Okay, when he gets up in the morning, let me hear that in a verse. Let me see if he talks about it. Let me see what he does when he's making deals with the NFL, nigga. Let me see what he does if he go back to the hood or not. You know, whatever it is, you got to think all these shits in your mind. So anybody writing now, it's like, what's my story? What makes me so important? If you ain't doing shit, there ain't shit to write about. Bottom line. So a lot of people got to give up this game. Like, yo, it's nice for me to write my little poetry, but I'm not one of them. As soon as that realization happens, the game starts to open up because now the exceptional can stand forward, bro. All right. If everybody can do it, ain't nobody buying it. All right. It's like California. You can grow herb. You ain't gonna sell it to California because it's all over this bitch. So if motherfuckers get out of the way, like I'm not really a great grower. I just throw some seeds in the back. If you get out of the way, not a real grade can step the fuck up. Same thing with this math. We are in our own way. You know what I'm saying? We got so many motherfuckers who got bucket lists of, yo, I've always wanted to act like, I was Brother J or I was one of these niggas. I get cats who send me my music, dog, take my lyrics off, rock their own shit, and even do the vainglorious shit, have the shit all sampled like they are fucking me. And I'm saying you spend all of this time in being a clone rather than create your own shit and send me an original fucking song, bro, and you feel like this is a dedication. That's not a dedication, of disrespect. If I met James Brown and send him like, yo, this is me hollering like you, and I'm doing in the video, I'm dancing like you too. I got the tight pants on, nigga. That's disrespect. That's disrespect. Even now, in the slave mentality that we're talking about, cloning is a slave mentality because that doesn't belong to us. We're an original people. Okay, we're not robotic. So we have now a robotic thing about cloning. So a lot of cats, like even when you talking about the Flyers, they imitated that from somebody that they saw like, yo, you always got to touch the people. You always got to be physical, man, no matter what nobody say. And you took that mentality and you kept rocking even to a point where you're playing yourself. And you're not willing to just up the tier and say, you know what? I'm going to do billboards and plane advertisements with the planes flying over the city. Get a spot at the Staples. I've been in this 15 years. So when niggas come to me for pub, my shit is raised up. I got 100,000 people on my site who fuck with me. You feel me? That's supposed to be real PR. Now you're advancing from flyer boy to PR guy. Now you can have one of your runners do the physical shit, like go to the hip hop jam. They still fuck with flyers. If that's a specialty market, let that come out your pocket. You're not supposed to be taking someone's budget and going to do a flyer campaign, dog. Like around the way, the barbershop and the fucking bowling alley and shit is gonna be filling up a fucking spot, dog. No, man. You bugging the fuck out. Not with global shit. You wilding. Not for no music, no nothing. Fuck that. And
you can't sell the CDs out the back trunk, out of the trunk of your car no more. I mean,
that's slave shit, bro. That's slave shit. All of that shit was on some fucking slave shit back then. You know what I'm saying? Let me go, get above the record shop and just push this bitch out my trunk and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, that's like, like our shit is forbidden. Like we can't just, pop up our own store and our own shop and do our own fucking thing. That was another mistake. We should have never let the record shop die. Never. It should have been like a meeting place for performances. The motherfuckers should have spread out to where our artists are coming in and doing performances. Yo, man, we used to make those record stops and you go sign all the little shit and you touching the people that fuck with you. That's the real shit. But hip hop doesn't trust each other enough. Imagine if Lil Baby was going to the fucking record shop now that's a block long and there's a stage there. There's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a shootout. There's gonna be something. Because we savage, dog. Remember now. We being trained to stay savage as a receipt of why the master must crack the whip across your back. That's a receipt. Look at them. They wild. Look at them. Fuck. They drink everything. Look at them. Fucking clothes sticking up their ass and fucking wilding out. Whip that. Whip. Straight up and down. And you give the receipt of why black people need to be controlled when you act like a fucking coon, man. That's what we're addressing.
Yeah. I mean, because you can't add fuel to the fire. I mean, like, and it's like if I go out in public and I see young black teens acting a certain way, I'm embarrassed for them, embarrassed for myself, embarrassed just to be like, damn, this is
where
why.
This is where we go.
This is like this is why. Like,
yeah, this is where
this is why he's staring at it, like, like this is the shit. So like, or whatever, like, so.
Hey, family, it's everybody's business because if you have children, grandchildren, if you were from the 90s, you're probably on grandchildren's stage at this point. You know, most people. All right. So you have some kind of human being that's come from you, or you see other children going through it if you don't have any. And if you think about it, what's going to happen when our generation dies off? There's absolutely no reminiscence of any of the flavor that we're talking about, bro. That music will be like playing the Temptations at a fucking, you know, hip hop function and shit. And you expect niggas to start shooby doing this shit, nigga. It's not gonna happen. Drake is old now in the game. Drake is sitting on the trying to buy teams now, nigga. What the fuck? There's no, you know, you can't beef with a nigga like that anymore. It's worthless. It's worthless. Okay, you can't diss Lil Wayne anymore. He's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on the way. He's wild out. You can't fuck with him. Stop being mad at this man.
I hate that dude.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
I know.
Cardi B is accepted like Lucille Ball, nigga. She's like Lucille Ball with a body, nigga.
Come on, you can't do her like that,
bro.
You can't do Lucille.
Come on, but that's what she's imitating. All right, that's what she's imitating. The and you know Lucille Ball was gangster when the cameras went off, nigga. That cigarette hit the mouth. 20 people was getting cursed out. What is a Cardi B, my nigga? Come on, she'll do it so raw to be on camera. Hey man, I got a mustache on. My pussy is super spectacular. What do you think? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. It's gone. So now the point of that is there has to be a hub created for a different understanding. There has to be. There has to be.
If that's not reason enough, shit.
Come on, family. There has to be. There's absolutely no way. We just watched Lil Kim become from
Godzilla.
Word, bro. Like Leprechaun or something.
Yo, the fucking Gila monster. God
Jesus
damn,
Christ,
don't get me started on her.
We just watched her transform through this game, just warping people, man. And if that's not enough reason to space away from that to say, yo, man, what do we have? Here's a platform for us. I can put the champions on deck right here. I can distribute the best right here. We got our own shit. Nobody can fuck with us. Nobody can pull us off, whatever. It's like talking to deaf niggas, bro, and I don't know sign language. It's ridiculous. And because the marketing is not right, because we don't have a place that says who markets our mentality on this. All right? J and Tamal talking this shit. Who would be able to take this and say, I know where those people are who fuck with this kind of shit? There are no PRs like that, bro.
And that's why I feel like, damn, we got to get ready to go. But I got a little bit of time because I don't have a show for a little bit. But
yes,
I actually feel like overall, man, because we're talking, it keeps going back to me like teamship, teamwork, strong unit, strong team. Because listen, I go back to it again. The best things I've ever done have been with like a powerful team, like just overall. And I shined even more. Like it was just dope. And I feel like we should just I don't know, like try to just reach out to whoever's like down and just try to like unify the whole shit, man. And like whoever with it, whoever ain't, that's cool. Do your thing. But like I think it's just about finding like-minded individuals to who just get it. You don't even have to explain it.
Bro.
Right? You don't even have to sit there and like have a 2-hour conversation about why we should be rocking together and doing shit. Oh, I get it. You do that. Oh, work. Let's say less.
You know that's not gonna happen because that's like saying, hey, I'm gonna find a good woman today. You know that's a process. Hey, I'm gonna find a good man today. You know that's a process. You know that's not no overnight thing. Even if you grew up with a motherfucker 25 years, you know they're not qualified to do what the fuck you're trying to do. It requires travel. It requires true network. Not going to the club and yelling loud in somebody's ear saying, yeah, man, good party, man. Let's make a deal. And you're yelling at the top of your lungs, loud music. It's not networking. That's bullshitting. That's an excuse to get out of the house and have a drink and shit because you don't have balls enough at home and shit. Tell your sister, your woman, you know, I'm going out for a drink. And that's what it is. I'm networking and nothing gets accomplished. You know, that's slave shit too. That's slave shit that we create. You know, like we doing something, like we doing the big. Hey, when the big wigs go to the bar, nigga, it's a victory because the deal was closed early in the afternoon. Real shit. So, you know, so stop looking in the window and say, damn, look at them toasting. Look at whatever. Once you get you a building, once you get you a situation, and you can toast victory and then go to the bar later on and do what it is. But we live in there like church. And we create these new rules and shit for ourselves, or while we acting European and shit. That's another slave thing. Living other people's culture. You know what I'm saying? That's slave shit. We like mutts of all kind of shit from around the fucking world, wearing a French nigga's bag, German nigga's shoes, driving a fucking Armenian nigga's car, you know, whatever the fuck it is. We always wearing somebody else's shit, you know what I'm saying, and never fucking with our own. The hardware we don't make, we always buy the machine. Oh, the new Roger Lynn, you know, what makes him different from Slip or Dr. Dre or any of these other cats that have fuck with these machines for years and know how to make one. I bet you DJ Quick could make a bomb ass MPC, dog.
Of course.
Yeah, but they want to throw money at him to do that. But they say, hey, stand with this soda and drink it and tell people that it's good. Let me give you a check. Slave shit.
Yeah, and again, there's an easy road. There's a more challenging road, or more windy road, if you will. And so I think it's, you know, the artist, whomever, you know, like you said, it's on them too to make some decisions. You know, you got to make some tough decisions as an artist, right? Like, you know, be presented with some shit.
Shouldn't have to. It shouldn't have to. It should be, yo, I'm nice and I need somewhere to get out. It shouldn't have to be thought about. And people around you say, yo, that nigga is nice. We need to put something around this motherfucker. That's it. That's as easy as it's supposed to be, bro. That's what my situation was.
That's what it should be.
Hey, bro, I'm in a movement of hundreds of people. And my shit stood out. All right? From my dues and from what I presented. And I was put up as a champion for my motherfucking movement, bro. And my people understood it and they gathered around my shit. And that's what it was. What's the difference? When you stand for that real shit and you're honorable and it matches what you're kicking, people will naturally gravitate toward the leadership, bro.
I agree. I think, though, we have a problem with people just deciding to be genuine or not. Because here's the thing. You being genuine, you being Brother J is harder than if you weren't being Brother J. And you were Brother J at first, and you were like, fuck, man. My son got it. I want to put this nigga through private school. Shit, he's coming, and now you flip it up to like some other shit.
Yes.
And it's some other shit. So you being you, again, it's still a choice. You being you was a decision to say, fuck that, I'm doing me, I'm doing what we do, and I'm not compromising. That's for some people, that's a more difficult challenge than saying, let me just take this bag and run, yo.
Yes.
Because in the end, your road's different. You could be you in Cali, but you could be up in the hills. We know what it's like up in Cali, right? Farther up in the fucking mountains. So I'm just saying, like, you made a choice to be you and to stand for what you stand for. And in the end, the artist still has to make a decision. That's a conscious decision. It's in your fucking dome to say, I'm gonna stand for this, and I'm not budging from this.
Yeah,
you know
no doubt. And not compromising does not mean that you won't understand wealth. You understand? I'm sure when a nigga built Amazon, it was like, yeah, you look crazy in this garage trying to deliver people shit to the door. You feel me? So I say to motherfuckers, you know, I say to my people more so, excuse my language, because I'm hyped, you know, on this topic. But I say, don't stop what you're doing. You know, if you're honorable, man, it will shine through. You know what I'm saying? You if it was easy, man, then everybody would do it, bro. All right. You know, I got tired of people, you know, in rowboats saying, damn, I wish we had a big ship and I built an ark. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to recruit everybody. You know, if you ain't got a good rowing arm, if you don't know how to do navigation, if you don't know how to take care of the animals and the vegetation on my ark, dog, you ain't gonna be here. 100. Because to have people on there with the skepticism and all the crazy shit and all the doubting and the foolishness, that's a disagreeable energy. It doesn't belong in an agreeable ship that has a destination. It doesn't work there. So, you know, you can't save everybody. That's why I say, you know, the beacon that lets a person know that you are a chosen is peace, period. If you ain't got no peace in your heart and your mind, man, it ain't going nowhere. When you live in slave mentality, you live in old stress, old shit that we don't have to fuck with. It's more psychological slavery now than anything. Otherwise, you be getting grabbed up every time you step out your door. It's a percentage of that.
Oh, it's all up in here, but that's the worst shit though, because that's the worst stuff to like really unravel. It's some deep seated shit, like the values and the priorities we have and don't have. It's the competition, the hating mentality that's built into like the shit. We hating this nigga. We cool as long as we equal.
Yeah.
You get a little bit. Fuck that nigga, yo. He ain't this shit.
Real shit. Real shit.
Fuck him. We go from like, yo, family.
Yes.
To fuck that nigga.
Quickly, bro. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, man. And yo, that's savage, dog. We don't even have patience. That's why we don't listen and read as much as we used to. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Elo Kush. Respect. But yeah, we don't even read and take the time. We don't have the patience, you know, and that's a slave thing as well. When you don't have time to educate yourself and you just running a rat race, that's a slave mentality. You know, I have to check myself on that because I was thinking that busyness was me working. Like no one could fuck with me. I'm working. But I'm working like a slave in my own yard, dog. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressing anybody by running on a clock that belongs to me. So you got to slow down. Otherwise, you never appreciate your children. You never get to appreciate your woman, the quality she had, rather than just holding your back. You get to appreciate and know what the fuck she is. If you running and running and running, you will never know any of that. So as a conscious artist, that I always speak to first, and then I speak to every other situation later, because if you straddling the fence, you can't use this knowledge but so far. Okay? So I tell conscious artists, in order to continue the path of life, you got to do something that leaves an opening for the family. If you're cursing out motherfuckers in your music, it's not family music anymore, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're living outside of the lifestyle of something that says, yo, man, I'm at peace with myself. My woman is not ratchet. And I don't run around here with my pants sagging off my ass. I'm a man of grace and you know, distinction and shit. You know, that's the hardest shit in the world. That's the hardest shit in the world. What other shit is harder than that? Me sagging and dressing like I'm in prison? You know what I'm saying? Dragging that mentality out and saying like, I still got niggas in jail, so I got to rap a certain way to communicate with them. No, they should be elevated by you being free and saying, yo, I up my ante. And if you can't understand what I'm building, let me send you some material, man. You got enough time in there to learn this shit. What the fuck are we talking about, man? It's bananas. And some niggas were trying to justify that. Like, yo, man, it's just the way it is. And this is the language of the land. I'm saying, yo, how is the language of the land being captive, dog? And I don't even think the Lord realized that in the conversation. It just came off his tongue like, yo, nigga, I don't know no other way. If I try to teach too much, niggas will label me like Dr. Einstein or some shit and be cracking on me to the left. Why? Because you showing level of intelligence, my nigga.
Oh, yeah. That's like getting clowned because you read too much.
Yeah, bro, that's ridiculous, bro.
I mean, I heard it all the time growing up. Like, yo, like white, like just being in like other like honors classes or whatever, just reading. It was kind of like, why are you reading the books?
Brothers better read, man. Woman reading everything. Woman, you go and gave a book to your woman yesterday and it's done. Oh, yes, that book was very nice. Thank you for the gift. Niggas chopping slow like I got to chapter 3. I had something to do and shit. And then you ain't got no conversation for a woman of intelligence. Yet a man comes with grace and distinction, well-read and shit. Well, you think he gonna be kicking? He gonna have a long conversation with your bro, my nigga. You better step the fuck up. You still, what you gonna run on me then? You know, like, I didn't study. That's not the way of the land. We don't read books and shit. Well, you know what's gonna happen. You know where your woman gonna be, son. Straight up and down. That's why we lose. It ain't got shit to do with the soy and the bullshit. All these niggas be making all kind of excuses. Niggas acting feminine, all of that. Yo, man, we not educating ourselves. We feel we know. You better continue to educate yourself, man. And that's why I say, if you can educate niggas through lyrics, you giving niggas a kind of a boost up, my lord. Real shit.
Facts.
I hope niggas hear me, bro. I'm gonna
Facts.
continue. I'm
We
continue to try, my Lord. I know what
we're
I'm
gonna
facing.
we're gonna make sure they do, and we're gonna we gotta talk soon about you and I gotta talk soon. We gotta get ready to get on out of here. Gotta get prepped for another show.
Yeah, fam.
Yo, this was great, and this shit was powerful, man, and like I am glad. That's why I said when I saw it with you, the thing on my phone, what you wrote back, I'm like, all right, let's get it.
You
Let's
already
get it.
know. You
I
already
was like, let's go. Please.
You already know,
Let's
man.
go. You know what I mean? So this will be out on our YouTube, the Carrying the Culture YouTube. All of our every build that we've ever had, all 14 of them are on our YouTube channel. So please check them all out. They're all relevant and they're pertinent things like this. So like get more of that. Like if you fuck with everyone's like showing love, keep it going. We do this every
First
first
Wednesday.
Wednesday of every month.
That's right.
This time.
That's right.
So come back.
Yeah.
Follow. Rock with us. Like that's all the shit's on our YouTube, Carrying the Culture. You know what I'm saying? And if Brother Jay's reposted, it's on there too. But they're all there. They're labeled, they're numbered, they're titled. Everything that we've done is on there. We're going to continue to do it, and we're looking at different avenues and platforms and channels, and we are about trying to share some stuff with the people, man. And I think this has been great. Like in all of these, but like I continue to, I thank you, man, for real. Like
I thank you, brother. We getting ready to upgrade. We going to that Roku channel. So
I look forward to this every month, man. Like it's fuel for me, and it's very important. And I feel like we're doing a service to whoever hears it, and people the people that have heard it and seen and shown, the feedback I've gotten has been positive. So we keep it pushing.
Give thanks, man. And thanks for everybody joining us, man. All in the comments. Much respect. Family.
Absolutely. So as I said before, all of these are on the carry. I'm saying it again because like it was like, oh, this is dope. But fuck with the other ones. And then come back next month for the first Wednesday of each month. We always do promo and stuff like that. And you and I will talk soon. So again, thank you. And we rocking 50 minutes with our people save the hip hop culture. So thanks again, brother.
Peace, God. Much respect, man. Get the family my regards, man. 100.
Same here. Be good.